What's going on? Nerd mixes, A pluses, of course, A pluses, nerd mixes, everybody out there in nerd, geek, pop culture. This includes all of our wrestling fans. For everybody who loved the Arrowverse, we know that it was birthed with the man Stephen Amell of God Among Men. He is the only reason we have the shows we have today on the CW that we enjoy watching. So clap it up for my man who played Oliver Queen for many years as we talk about episode 7. Episode 7 of Heels, the Big Bad Fish Man. And you talk about a penultimate episode. Boy, this had it all. Drama, suspense, grown man beating other grown man. What more could you want from a piece of entertainment that you could actually watch, right? It was just good. Um every character that is in this show, every actor that plays every character does such a great job in their individual roles. Whether it's Crystal, Stacy, Ace, Jack, Charlie Gully, uh Will, I always forget her name. Bill, it, Willie, the kids, Rooster, everybody did their job in pushing the storyline forward for what is going to be a season finale of all season finales when they get to the state fair. This episode starts with a flashback though of Jack interacting with his father, right? And Jack is real adamant about how Ace should be part of the DWL because of his look, how he could be an incredible face. But as we've seen from the family videos and everything that's been watched, right? Ace, his dad feels like Ace destiny lives with football. And, Jack's trying to tell him how Ace isn't even doing well in school, how he's like, I think he's in a D3, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna go anywhere. But his pops is just has this idea that his son is destined for more than what he's going through, but the older son is supposed to, you know what I'm saying, work with him type thing, and that Ace is the savior to get his family out of mediocrity, right? So they get into a tussle, start wrestling, and it ends with Jack ending up on the ground and his father standing over him saying, "You don't come for my boy." Beautiful storytelling for the way that this ends up at the end of the episode, right? Keep that in mind. You don't come for my boy, right? Jumps back to the present, and you got tryouts for extra bodies for the state fair because they don't have enough wrestlers to put on a whole show, right? Crystal trying out. Got some really good looking people trying out. Crystal by far the best person there. Gets in the ring against Wild Bill and gives him a run for his money. You know what I'm saying? Hurricanrana for flying heads, whatever you want to call it, and everything. Really enjoyed that. Even sparked Willie's interest on how good she is, right? So you got Charlie Gully, the person who runs FWD, the garbage wrestling, the one where it's all skewed towards like the dystopia or dystopian of human beings and everything like that, right? With the Wild Bill signing, he feels like they're really stalking up the competition, especially with the fair. You know what I'm saying? The state fair plug that they actually have. So he decides to retaliate and do some marketing of himself, flies in a helicopter to land at DWL, and then paste all over the DWL flyers for FWD, right? Just signaling about wrestlers that are going to leave the DWL for the FWD. Crystal tries again apologizing, even writes Jack a letter in order to try to just get back on his good side. Doesn't even care about wrestling, doesn't care about being Ace's valet, just wants to do something to help them in the fair. Jack's really not hearing it right now. He's got a lot of other stuff on his mind with everything that's going on, with seeing the DWL plastered with all this crap, right? Staci understands. She's a little bit more compassionate, but even Staci knows the husband has bigger problems. Staci was also granted to actually sing the national anthem uh at the Georgia State Rodeo during the fair, and this is actually going to be on broadcast TV. So that's something that delighted Jack, because he feels something like his family's success and stuff is rolling over. When I stated that I felt that Staci had a bigger calling in prior interviews, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. So to me, Staci has this moment where she's recognized on national broadcast TV of singing the national anthem. Then why don't you start having her do anthems or do a walkout song? You know what I'm saying? For the DWL later when she starts to get this recognition, right? It'll be crazy. Now, Jack is the one who writes all of the storylines and everything, but this triple threat match, he's having a real hard time trying to figure out who's going to win. Both Ace and Bill have very, very compelling reasons on why one should win over the other. Now, Bill is the big star who's over, right? He's the definite draw for the tickets that are being sold because that is the person who is recognized. Similar to bringing back a Hulk Hogan, similar to bringing back a Rock, having a Bryan Danielson, you know what I'm saying, main event, AEW, you know, pay-per-view or anything like that, bringing in the CM Punk. They're bona fide seat fillers. They're going to sell tickets. But then you have somebody like Ace, who's an up and coming star, hence a Kyle O'Reilly, or Orange Cassidy, um, and so on and so on. You know, should you put the belt on him because he's the underdog and people will attach themselves to them, or should Jack keep the belt on himself? Willie even pointed out about how good Crystal did, and because of the way the story is going, why not put Crystal in and make it a four-way? You know what I'm saying? You make it a four-way. That way, to me, I feel like the storyline, you put her in there, something happens with her, Ace is conflicted in his feelings for Crystal and winning the belt. That takes Ace out of the picture, and through all the commotion, Jack is able to retain his title. It writes itself. It writes itself. But Jack doesn't know, and he isn't going for Crystal doing that. He's still upset at Crystal, so ho hum. Ace is upset over what is going on with the FWD. He sees that Rooster is down there, so you know he drives down there to have a meeting with Gully to stand up, you know, for his family and everything, and goes down there with proper intentions. But the way Gully approaches him after his grand old entrance in the helicopter, he kind of teases, you know, Ace, calling him a hero for the way that he's standing up for his family and stuff like that, and how he could be a face, how he could be the face of the FEW, and how he believes the dysfunctional nature of the DWL being under Jack's control and him being under Jack's thumb is not good for his career, right? So he kind of talks Ace into jumping ship because Ace is looking around, seeing all this fun. The fact that Gully lured Rooster down there in order to be able to get his big fish and Ace to screw over the DWL, but Rooster doesn't see it. You know what I'm saying? All Rooster knows is that this belt is being put on him, but Gully has a plan in order to debut Ace after Rooster wins the title, and then the same day as the state county fair to have a pop-up match where Ace wins the title off of Rooster to take all of the steam from the DWL. But before all this can happen, because Crystal's the little snitch that she is, but she needs to be, after Ace called her to invite her down to be with him through this, right? She feels like the right thing to do is to go. Her loyalty lies with Jack and the DWL and the people down there. So she goes to Jack, let him know what's going on. Jack ditches family movie night, amidst his wife Staci being totally upset about this, right? Goes down there, shows up after the main event, Rooster winning the title, and right before Ace is finna come out and Charlie Gully is making his announcement about Ace, boom, Here pops up Jack Spade. He lays Gully out, right? Just lays him out and then looks dead over Gully and says, "Don't come for my shit, boy." Echoing his dad's words from earlier in the episode. It was incredible. One thing that we do get about Gully, because he has been such a weird person, especially with the dystopian displacement of what goes on with his wrestling. It's interesting to me on how that goes, because he believes that people are stupid, right? And that they only want to see big fights. They don't care about stories. So his thing is all about big fights, blood, guts, sex, and all that. That's what's going to get people interested. They care less about storylines, about how who wins or loses develops. To me, that's similar to how WWE is right now, and why AEW is such a competitor for them, because AEW is scripting out storylines. Now, the WWE does have some storylines. The Bloodline thing is really good going now. What they're doing with Big E and stuff like that is really good, as long as they keep stuff like that going. But they seem like they're more on the big fight match, bringing the Goldbergs back, bringing the Rocks back, bringing the Brock Lesnar's back and stuff like that. They're all about the big pop, to where AEW is about the storytelling, like the DWL is. So to me, it's an interesting contrast about real world and fictional world on what's going on in this show and how things operate. And it's just an interesting watch to see it play out like it does. Now, it's going to be really cool to see what happens in this last episode, to see what Ace decides doing, to see how the FWD reacts to what's going on, or how they retaliate to Jack Spade invading, knocking down the forbidden door and invading the FWD. And just about learning more about Charlie Gully and why he pushes his brand forward like he does, because he was sexually abused by a priest when he was 12. So that kind of explains the gimmick that his wrestling goes into, because of how he views the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like nasty and twisted, and he's got a buttload of money from his wrestling promotion, so he's able to do what he wants to do. So I'm kind of digging where this is leading to, especially with the season finale. And Sunday is going to be something really, really big, man. Me and my boys have been watching this. We really, really enjoy it. And I'm actually going to see, after, it airs, I'm going to ask Adam. I'm see if I can get a couple people on here, maybe to see about talking about this season finale and see how that rocks. It'd be maybe I ask Adam if it's cool to bring a couple of my guest hosts from like another pod or something on here who are really into this show and watching it with me. I think that's something that we will really that you guys would really like if we did this live. If you guys want us to do the season finale for Heels live, put it in the comments below, man. And let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know who your favorite character from Heels is so far. Because right now, to be totally honest with you, my favorite character is, well, I got two. It's Crystal and Willie. I love Jack Spade. I love Ace Spade a lot, but it's just something about Crystal and Willie that are carrying a lot. Even Staci. The women of this show are really, really carrying this show forward, especially a lot of the emotional aspects of what's going on. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media. You can follow me at Nerd Mix Alpha. You can follow A+Opinions at A+Opinions. You can also search and stream my music at Indie Uchiha. All right. I'm gonna let Adam tell y'all how y'all can get hooked up with the Patreon. And until next time, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Nerd Mix Alpha, Indie Uchiha, and I'm out until the season finale, guys. Holla at your boy.
If you enjoy our content and want to be a part of helping our channel grow, become a patron supporter. We have affordable tiers to choose from that offer a variety of exclusive and early access content, from audio files for all of our shows for you to enjoy on the road, access to our Discord community, and plenty of reactions, reviews, character breakdowns, and more. Check us out at patreon.com/A+Opinions. And as always, remember, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so anytime we drop a brand new video, you will be notified.